In the impressive first half season of George Russell, more or less with Mercedes, he seems to have possibly eliminated his greatest weakness as a Formula One pilot. The first week laps became an early issue in Russell F1's career, and although the predominant opinion was that this was improving, the Mercedes movement would make it much easier to be safe. This is more than just the beginnings and is more about decision-making and aggression. These are two vital qualities to deal with the frenzy of the opening return of a Grand Prix, and a driver who lacks the correct balance will be ruthlessly exposed in the front in F1. Russell has never hidden from the weakness of the first round that has been evident since he made his F1 debut. Possessing it has helped it improve it. It was at the worst moment of him in 2019, Russell's first season with Williams, when he regularly ended behind his teammate Robert Kubica in the first round despite the fact that he beat him in each Grand Prix. Russell believes that this was partly trapped when running at the back, and also discovering how bad the dirty air is in the opening return when you are so far from the network. There was a general trend of improvement in the second season of Russell, but in the third circumstances they were a bit misleading. Does Kubica are right that he was much better in 2019? In 2021, Russell tended to qualify above, and Williams was evidently better on Saturdays than Sundays, which is a recipe to go back. It was not inevitable, but it was likely, and the quality of the beginnings of Russell, its decision-making and its aggression were not the only factors to consider. However, from the summer holidays in 2022, Russell's own progress is evident. He until now has won a network of 5 places in the 13 races so far, despite the qualification in the first 3 rows for 8 of those Grands Prix. It is more impressive that he has only finished the lowest opening return than he started twice, in the Sprint Icola, and in a first nightmare in Miami. In particular, there have been no signs of a more worrying Russell feature, in which he wandered in the middle of the road, and it would be squeezed among other cars. There is a more decisive degree about Russell in the first round now, which is probably a combination of his own improvements, having a better car, and also having less cars immediately around him. I feel much safer, he says. I think it is a nature of the trust you have in your career car. After a couple of races, it is a kind of BOUG.